Mother Nature been resistant. I ain't mad in this case. I don't want them opposite temperatures colliding though, because that means spring season is gonna be here in the winter, and you know, we done seen the fire tornadoes already. If you want to see a snow tornado, I know you ain't heard that shit, but watch, watch how 2020 winter do. I think 46. I think was supposed to be the high at some point this week, but no, it's been pretty decent. And I was looking at, cause I had some peas that my cold crop I always plant late. I always plant too late, cause I was high and so I was brilliant, and I was like, you know what? I said they don't call cold crops cause they thrive in freezing temperatures. I was like, they call them cold crops because they survive freezing temperatures. Moral of the lesson is, don't think it's cold crops that thrive in the cold, because that ain't gonna happen. Because I realized if I don't already have my lettuce planted and blooming, then whatever's on that plant is all I'm gonna have for the winter. It ain't gonna keep, like, people act like it's gonna keep growing and getting bigger and they cut and come again, shit gonna work. Nah, once you harvest that shit, you ain't getting no extra leaves. It's just that if it's already big and out there, it ain't gonna die and you still have it. And so I was like, because I do that every year, and every year I fall for it. And I and then this year I caught myself planting a little bit earlier, so they'll already be established when the temperatures drop, right? And it's some lettuce out there, but if I eat that lettuce, that's all it's gonna be. It ain't gonna grow. It ain't gonna grow no extra shit. So I was like, that's another. I always come up with stuff that people don't really talk about, and I was like, people don't talk about that. I was like, because it is such a thing as a cold crop, but that's just a crop that ain't gonna die. You just gonna still have that food that's on that plant. But you ain't finna plant some fresh stuff and get a whole new crop. That ain't how it works. Y'all make it sound like, and I'm deep in the game too. I'm a connoisseur at this point. Y'all had me colonized too. I thought that shit. And there's nothing wrong with it, but that's just what it is. You know, I just need to be aware. Quit trying to do that shit every year. It's a lot of work taking all the soil out the damn planter and re-putting more soil in, thinking I'm going to have a quote-unquote cold crop. Them snow peas out there right now looking at me just as green and fresh and pretty. Like, oh, you thought we going to flower too? In the cold? Okay. We be some pretty green climbing-ass vines with no fruit on them, girl. But okay.
Last time doing that one little seed I put in that little thing. The big grow seeds, I have more plants, and I don't,
every time I see them, I just be, they're just so beautiful. They are just so beautiful to me. Like, I was, before everything went down, I was like, I hope I get to a point where, I can be invited to people's grow spots and go through and look at and just touch them and smell them and look at them and maybe prune one. I want to prune one at a really big stage. One time I want to prune one, I want to top one off. I want to try pinching it's a bunch of stuff I want to try just from when I was doing all my little research thinking we was going to be able to be free to do that shit. But I did research like a bitch. I went back to college. You hear me?
She did.
So I'm like, man, I learned so much that I guarantee I learned some stuff that people are not being taught in the official, whatever, the weed growing industry. I guarantee, I know. I just need to collect it all and put it all in a book. Because that's something I always got to add. I always be like, this ain't it, bitch. This ain't in the book. Nobody say this. Don't nobody know this. I'm always saying that bullshit and ain't put none of that shit in a motherfucking book. But I'm a OG, huh? Put it in a book. You bad. you there. You got a pen. Put it in one.
They ain't gonna even read the motherfucking book. They gonna be high and say, I got the book.
But that, you know what? That's what I like about my stuff, because half of my thing is to show that being high is not just walking around obliterated, even though that's still the people that be talking about erase the stigma be perpetuating it. So I don't know how we supposed to be erasing the stigma when all the weed events got everybody that you think look like what you thought a pothead looked like.
Right.
How does stigma finna get erased? And a few black people y'all got in there, y'all got them looking like y'all feel like they should look. Like we got them with the Bob Marley dread. Y'all got them what y'all think it look like to smoke weed. How? This is a whole ass erase the stigma conference. And all you motherfuckers fall right into the fucking stereotype. How we erasing the stigma right now? Where the lawyers at? Where the fucking doctors at?
Right.
Where the classical music composers at? Cause they smoke that shit. Where they at this damn conference? I thought we was erasing the motherfucking stigma. Where all them people? Where the teachers at? Stop lying. Stop lying. Yeah, girl. Somebody was telling me their friends was were looking to go into cannabis for their treatment, but they couldn't do it, because they're a bus driver, which I fully understand. Especially if you don't know, you can't really do a lot. Trust yourself until you know your dose. Once you know your dose, you know your dose. You know what I mean? But she was, she actually smokes. So that's what's crazy. That's what's crazy to me. And so I'm like, she should probably try, the RSO, whatever. And so they were like, she's like, I told her, so because she worried about, because she's a bus driver, right? So she's like, she's scared she might lose her job. And I'm like, and she's smoking. And the reason why she's scared she might lose her job is because, for the RSO, because she don't want to test or whatever, which I don't know what that means because you smoke, first of all. But I'm like, what she gonna lose her job for? She gonna lose her job for the thing that she want to use the RSO for, because she's in the beginning stage of Parkinson's, and that shake gonna get bad enough where you can't get behind the wheel in a bus full of children. Your shake, you can't control your shake. I was like, that just fucks me up. I didn't say that, but between me and you, that fucks me up how people will, it's just we've been so convinced that it's such a bad thing or whatever. But yeah, I was like, I'm no doctor and I'm no scientist, so don't listen to shit I say. But I would like for her to try it to see her shake stop instantly. I'm like, you try it once. She should try it once and see if her shakes don't stop. Not instantly, but it's gonna take about 15 minutes, 2 hours at the most. But man, you gonna get fired because you shaking all over the place. That's what's gonna happen.
She a bus driver?
Yeah, with Parkinson's. What in the beginning stages of Parkinson's, girl. Y'all was listening to some dumbasses with a smart idea, if you ask me. However, it ain't gonna work because nothing, everything they touch is gonna turn to shit. Because I said so, because God has told me so. But anyway, they were talking about, we should, what we could do, we could all get and move to the same state, right? And then we could all elect Donald Trump for governor. And then we could elect him for as long as we want to. We could keep re-electing.
That's all some video.
She didn't say which state. She just said one. And so I was like, well, shit, that's really a brilliant idea. So that's a good idea to me. The problem with that though is the bears are who we thought they were. So them bitches can't even stay in their own vicinity. They gonna need to venture out and police how the rest of the United States. They can be the separated state, but the rest they gonna have to come from their separated state all the way up into the United States to try to micromanage what we doing still, because they can't help it.
Yep.
Yeah, trying to run another motherfucker. So when I saw that video, I was like, and bitch, what y'all gonna do? Because y'all ain't gonna stay there. You think y'all gonna stay there? You motherfucker, you the same mother that was literally going to other ethnic countries for vacation and getting mad at them because they don't speak English. Y'all gonna get a state and just stay in that motherfucker and leave other motherfuckers alone to live in peace. That's what you gonna do? Let me see, Karen. Let me see, because they haven't been evidenced to me yet. You have it. Florida. Girl, bitch, don't forget Florida. Florida gotta go. I know they not. And plus, that was their link spot from when they came from Jamaica and Haiti. And because I've been I know it's whole ass ethnic, whole little precincts full of them that don't even, Cubans. But I'd like to think that they ain't gonna give it up, but Florida, they'll kill themselves to get what they want. They don't give no. They chose that state to retire to. When they lived racist in other states when they was young, they chose to go to Florida to retire. I'm almost convinced they got a little what you call it, amusement park out there where they hunt niggas in real life. That's what we're gonna retire and move to Florida. Oh, it ain't the weather, bitch.
Well, anyway.
And at the end of the day, guess what? America don't have no safety systems in place for major catastrophe no more. Everybody's colonized to not leave home. Quote unquote. Let me use air quotes when I say home, because all this shit is stolen.
Right. I know what you mean. You don't need to use them with me.
With the California fires and all the weather and everything, and the flooding, I was like, people people finna start seeing animals they ain't never seen. I was like, you know why? I was like, people, because we got so much other bullshit to distract us. We not even considering, because it ain't, it is legitimate bullshit to distract us. There ain't nobody thinking about what y'all think the animals gonna do when all the woods burn up and flood out. Where y'all think they gonna go? Y'all finna see animals. Just because we go in the woods and we see bears and certain animals, don't mean that other ones ain't out there that know better than to come out when you motherfuckers are hiking.
Right.
you know, it's finna be an animal that you're gonna be like, oh, it's an alien animal. You know, that animal been around for years. They just knew better than they knew to stay away from human ass mother. They got taught when they was little pups of whatever kind of animal to stay away from this animal right here that's a human. Cause they ain't they trouble. They view all humans like we view colonizers. Don't just stay away from them humans. But it's gonna be all kind of animals. And animals that we do know of that's usually just in the woods. Because the woods are done burned up and flooded. They gotta go somewhere. They gotta go somewhere. So here we go. We give it buckle up. Buckle your seatbelt. Because we finna